Here is a question that might make you angry. Why is the most powerful food on Earth treated like a peasant's meal? Look at the modern steakhouse. We treat beef like a monument. We pay top dollar for it. We think it is the only way to feel strong and satisfied. And then there is this humble green pod. People call it poor man's meat. They walk right past it in the aisle. They think it's just a side dish. But here is the paradox. This poor food is what built empires, while the rich steak is what's draining your wallet and filling you with cholesterol. So you have to ask yourself, why did it disappear? Why did we trade a green steak that grows for free for a slab of factory meat that costs an hour of your wages? The answer isn't that we got smarter. It's that we forgot what real power tastes like.
Let's look at the history books. They don't lie. Long before supermarkets, civilizations were built on one thing: the fava bean. The Roman legions didn't march across the world just on bread. They marched on the back of this bean. To the ancients, this wasn't just a vegetable. It was survival. It was the flesh of the earth. They knew that to endure hard work and cold winters, you need density. You need fuel. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not telling you to give up your Sunday roast. I enjoy a good steak as much as anyone. But let's be practical. Relying only on the butcher for your strength, that is a gamble with your health, especially for those of us in our golden years. We need to listen to the science. Eating red meat every single day loads your system with saturated fat. It spikes the bad cholesterol that your doctor keeps warning you about. It puts unnecessary pressure on your heart. We need protein, yes, but we don't need the blocked arteries that come with it. That is where the fava bean steps in. Think of it as the clean steak. Cup for cup, it delivers a massive hit of protein, about 13 grams per serving. That rivals many cuts of meat. But here's the difference. It has zero cholesterol. None. It builds your muscles up without tearing your health down. It allows you to enjoy your life without worrying about your next blood test. And there is a secret weapon inside this bean that most people don't know. It is one of the richest natural sources of L-dopa. This is the compound your brain needs to make dopamine. It supports your motor skills, it keeps your mood steady. So while it feeds your body like a steak, it feeds your brain like a medicine. Now look at the soil. Most crops are thieves. Corn, it sucks the land dry. Tomatoes, they take everything they can get. But the fava bean is a giver. It is a nitrogen fixer. If you pull up a root, you'll see little white nodules. That is a fertilizer factory. It pulls nitrogen from the air and locks it into the earth. While it grows steaks for your table, it is preparing your garden for the next season. It is the only crop that leaves the land richer than it found it. So ask yourself, why not have the best of both worlds? Why not enjoy your meat on occasion, but rely on this superfood to protect your heart and your soil every other day? You don't need a farm to do this, and you don't need to break your back. I have a way to grow them that works with nature, not against it.
I call this method the lazy winter method. Why lazy? Because while other gardeners are sweating in the summer heat, fighting weeds and watering every day, you will be doing the work right now while the pests are asleep. Most people fail with fava beans because they treat them like green beans. They plant them in the spring. That is a mistake. If you plant in the heat, the flowers drop off. The plants get weak. We are going to use the cold as our ally. Here is the step-by-step breakdown. Grab a pen because you're going to want to remember this. Phase 1, the wake-up call. Fava seeds have a tough, leather-like skin. If you just throw them in dry dirt, they might sit there for weeks. You need to send them a signal. Take your seeds and put them in a bowl of room-temperature water. Let them sit for exactly 24 hours. You'll see them swell up and get wrinkly. That is the life force activating. By doing this, you speed up germination by a week, giving them a head start before the weeds even wake up. Phase 2, the two-knuckle rule. Now let's talk about the soil. Do not, I repeat, do not add nitrogen fertilizer. Remember, these plants make their own food. If you give them Miracle-Gro, you'll get a lot of beautiful leaves and zero beans. Just use plain, loose soil. For planting, I don't use a ruler. I use my hand. Take your index finger, push it into the soil until you hit your second knuckle. That's about 2 inches deep. That is the sweet spot. Drop the soaked seed in, cover it, pat it down gently. Space them about 6 inches apart. They like to be close. It helps them hold each other up. Phase 3, the winter sleep. This is the part that scares new gardeners. You plant these in the late fall or very early spring. Frost will come. Snow might cover the bed. Don't panic. These plants are warriors. They can handle temperatures down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. While you are inside staying warm, your green stakes are building a massive root system under the snow. Just let them be. Don't overwater. Let nature do the work. Phase 4, the spring pinch, the secret weapon. Now listen closely. This is the difference between a master gardener and a novice. When spring warms up, the plants will shoot up fast. They will bloom with beautiful black and white flowers. But then the black aphids arrive. They love fava beans. They will cover the top of your plant and suck the life out of it. Most people run for the pesticide spray. Do not do that. You don't need poison on your food. Here's the trick. Aphids are lazy. They only eat the soft, tender new growth at the very top. They can't bite through the tough older leaves. So as soon as you see a good set of flowers on the lower stem, walk down the row and pinch off the top 4 inches of every plant. Just snap it right off. You accomplish 3 things instantly. You remove the candy. The aphids have nothing to eat, so they leave. You tell the plant, stop growing tall. Focus on making big, fat pods. This doubles your harvest. And you get a bonus meal. That top part you pinched off, it's delicious. Sauté it with garlic. It tastes like nutty spinach. Phase 5, the support. One last detail. These plants get heavy with protein. They will want to fall over. You don't need fancy cages. Just drive a stake at each end of the row and run a sturdy string down the side about 2 feet off the ground. Give them a shoulder to lean on. That's it. Soak, 2 knuckles deep, pinch the tops, support the weight. It's simple, it's ancient, and it puts food on your table when the grocery store shelves are empty.
This is the moment of truth. Walk out to your winter garden. The pods are hanging heavy, pointing down to the earth. It feels different than grabbing a bag of frozen peas at the store. It feels like you are pulling gold out of the mud. Harvesting is a meditation. Snap the pod. Run your thumb down the seam. Pop, pop, pop. Out come these bright green jewels, big, substantial. Now, for the reward. Forget fancy recipes. When you grow food this good, let the flavor speak. I use the steakhouse method. Get a cast iron skillet hot, not warm, hot. Throw in a generous knob of real butter and a smashed garlic clove. When it foams and smells like heaven, toss in the beans. Listen to that sizzle. That is the sound of success. Sauté them until the skins blister and turn golden brown. Hit them with coarse sea salt and cracked black pepper. That's it. Take a bite. Savory on the outside, creamy, nutty, and rich on the inside. It doesn't taste like a vegetable. It has weight. It satisfies that deep hunger, just like a steak, but without the heaviness. Smash it on a piece of toast with olive oil, and you have a meal fit for a king. But the best flavor? It is the taste of independence. You know exactly where this came from. No chemicals, no shipping containers, no inflation. It costs you pennies, but it tastes like a fortune. So here is my challenge to you. You can go back to watching the news and worrying about the world, or you can take control. The soil is waiting. The seeds are ready. Don't wait for someday. Put down the screen, pick up a shovel, go plant your legacy.